Hello there, I'm Tammy Zadunik and I am from the Well Collaborative and I'm here to talk to you about growing pains in business. So I'm just going to see now, here we go. So the Well Collaborative is a network of women to connect with as you dream, grow, and scale your business. We gather, rise, and learn from one another and from the Well's Feminine Economy monthly course. Through the Well, we mentor, teach, and support each other and our communities. We believe in mental health wellness for all women. Collectively, we influence the world for good. These are a few of our members. The first one, Tahira, she's actually one of the owners of the Well. And then Sonal and Lacey are both active members in our community. So I want to talk a little bit about business ownership today and some of the growing pains that naturally come from being kind of a solo entrepreneur into growing your business into something a bit more sustainable, but also there's that risk factor, so a little bit scary. I just want to double check we're recording. We are. Move myself up here. So, you know what? I don't need myself to be on here now. Yes. Okay, there we go. Actually, you know what? I will leave it because it is a nice connection from me to you. So there are many challenges involved with business ownership. We have only 1 hour to touch on a few key areas, even though the list can feel lengthy. But what's even more fantastic are the successes and freedoms that entrepreneurship offers. Now, I do hope you have a journal or something. There are some breakout questions, and I will do a brief pause so that you can pause the presentation when you get to that point. And if you facilitate this presentation with a group live, then that's a great time to just pause and let everyone do a little bit of work, share if they want, and then continue on. So the 4 areas we will briefly cover today are time management, strengths and challenges, when to hire, and hiring in general. So time management, don't you feel like this is the thing that like everyone struggles with where to spend their time? What's the best use of their time? We're so easily distracted, especially now with like constant notifications coming on and all these things. So I feel like time management for me personally as an entrepreneur is probably the thing I struggle with the most. So and I want to also mention that this beautiful presentation is written by Leanne Duran. She is one of our partners at the Well. She's also a trained educator and entrepreneur for almost 20 years now. So the most common complaint I hear from women is that there is never enough time in the day. I would generally disagree and say it's more a problem of how time is used. How many of us start a task and then hear the phone ding? 45 minutes later, you try to remember what you were doing and suddenly you think about the load of laundry that's been sitting in the washer and you rush to put it in the dryer. Back on task. Oh, but I've got to schedule the kids' dentist appointments. 15 minutes later, done that. Oh, and a vet appointment for the dog. Okay, I'll grab a quick cup of coffee and right back to work. Oh no, my girlfriend is calling. I've got to answer that because, well, it's my friend. Shoulder shrug, right? Like, I guess I just have to, right? I should answer the phone. Half an hour later, I realize it's now lunch and I've just repeated another morning like every morning and I am ticked off. Who can agree? I think we've all been there. So one way to approach this right away is a time audit. And this isn't immediate. It takes a little bit of time to do one of these, and that's okay. If you're going or having habits that aren't serving you, then it's okay if it takes a little bit of time to create some new habits. So if you can relate to any or all of this little scenario, you are in need of a time audit. We've got 2 resources, time and energy. Time. There are only a certain amount of moments in the day, 24 hours, 1,440 minutes, 86,400 seconds. Sounds like a lot. It's not. Time is finite. Energy. I am the resource. I make a choice how I invest that time. Energy is finite. So break your day into half-hour or 1-hour time slots. For every choice you make on how you use your time, ask yourself why. So if I am picking up my phone to scroll, I'm going to ask why. Is there a purpose to this? Why am I picking up my phone right now to scroll social media? Why am I talking to this client for 1 hour when they are clearly not interested in my services? Why am I watching TV for 2 hours before bed? Now, all of these are not necessarily negatives. Maybe you watch TV to wind down at night, scrolling social media for 10 minutes as a break between meetings. Maybe you can, as a break between meetings, maybe how you stay connected, only you can answer these questions. What you will find is that when you pause and ask yourself why and recognize the amount of time spent, it becomes much more apparent how you are using your time. So this is your challenge number 1. So for 1 week, monitor how you spend your time. Break it into half-hour or 1-hour time slots, whatever you prefer. Write down what you do, why you do it, and for how long. It can be a simple log such as the following. I'm going to show you, I'm going to get to that. Or you can use your calendar, phone, or an app. I find a journal works really well too for myself. I'm pretty old-fashioned, so I just like to write it right in my notebook. So this is an example of a day. So 7:15 to 7:30, you're doing coffee and devotions, start my day off right, and I need my coffee. So 7:30 to 8:30, prepare for the day. Important to start the day with my kids and get myself ready. So for a lot of us, we are parents and we do need to prioritize that hour into just being really focused on our kids. 8:30 to 9, prioritize projects for day, check emails, and respond to clients' needs because I'm organized and it feels important to deal with correspondence early in the AM. And if you're anything like me, I am the best in the morning. That's my best time. 9 to 12, start appointments and projects, apply time blocking. So time blocking is something Leanne introduced me to, and she's the one who wrote the course. So if I flub up a little, it's because it's her words, and she is a teacher, so she's very smart, and I tend to just like go off my gut there. So time blocking, decide appropriate intervals of time, 25 minutes up to 1 hour, depending on scheduled clients as my appointments vary. I like that idea. I like that there's a little bit of flexibility there. So check schedule daily and adjust. Provide 5 to 10 minute breaks for stretches, grab coffee, snacks, etc. for my mental and physical health. Don't sit in that chair too long. Get up, move around, put it in your calendar, put it in your plan for the day. Tools. So you can use an app like Focus Keeper, or you can turn off notifications on your phone to ensure you are not distracted in this time. Do not check social media or answer unnecessary texts and calls. And I know even for me going into this webinar, thinking I'm going to be recording, I'm already nervous about that. That's already like a nerve excited thing for me. So I'm going to mute my phone, make sure that nothing's coming through on that, put it in silent mode, lock the door. I'm in a private co-working area, so lock the door so no one comes in, I don't get interrupted, and I can just really focus on you guys for this time. So it is also, of course, like it's a complete boundaries issue, right? And understanding that our value, that we are worth it to turn those things off and be distraction free. So noon to 1, break for lunch, away from desk and off electronics, walk if possible. I love that. 1 to 2, clients appointments as per scheduled. So as per scheduled, right? Don't not any last minute things or things popping up. You stay on task with what is in your calendar already. 2 to 2:35, answer emails. Check emails again at the end of day so I can free up my evening. 2:35 to 2:45, tea and snacks. Need this before kids get home so I can be energized for extracurricular. Again, I love that there's self-care there. That's a habit that creates care for yourself, so you don't get really tired and then you end up emotionally not being able to manage. 2:45 to 3:15, committee communications, volunteer work I enjoy that I need to check emails, texts, and return messages. So yeah, sometimes we have another job after our job, but it's something that we care about and that we want to do. And therefore we don't have the resentment, but we are still boundaried around that time. So I do really want you to make sure that you do this challenge. So write this down if you need to. So for a week, monitor how you spend your time. Break it into half-hour or 1-hour time slots, whatever you prefer. Write down what you do, while you do it, and for how long. It could be a simple log, such as the following that you just saw, or you can use your calendar, phone, or app. So I want you to take a minute right now to pause this video and write down the challenge. Okay, let's go on to number 2, strengths and challenges. So you have many strengths as an entrepreneur. That's why you started your business in the first place. I'm going to help you with the first part. All of you are visionaries and you're filled with courage. Now you have to recognize what you are great at and what you are not. Pretending you can do it all is a big mistake. Oh my goodness. I am the queen of that. Your greatest asset is recognizing your greatest weakness. Why? Because when we understand where you need help, you'll stop wasting your time trying to do things you're not good at and dedicate time to honing and mastering your skills. I love it. So you can title this next section, Strengths and Challenges. Challenge number 1, I do want you to, after I read this, I want you to pause and do this right now. Challenge, list 5 things you excel at and love to do. For example, engaging with customers, vetting main products, merchandising, negotiating with vendors, hiring staff. So if you can take a minute now to write those down. So next challenge that goes along with this is list 5 things you find challenging and you dislike doing. So for example, again, bookkeeping, maybe social media, training staff, vetting accessories, inventory management. So just pause it now and take a few minutes to write those down. So we're going to talk about when to hire. Everything we've done with time audit, time blocking, strengths and challenges leads us to this point. How do you know when it's the right time to hire? Ask yourself this question: what is my time worth? If you find you are trying to do everything and you cannot complete the things you are best at because you are too busy doing the things that you are not good at, then you need to reevaluate what your time is worth. Take a look at the above list you made and circle one thing you excel at that you feel if you had more time, your business would benefit, perhaps even thrive and flourish. So take a moment right now and look at that strength list that you made and circle one that you are best at. So just pause this presentation if you need more time. Now, look at the second list and circle the one thing you'd really like to come off your plate that would free up some valuable time. We're often reluctant to hire out because all we see is the cost associated and not the value added when hiring out certain services or adding an employee to the payroll. If an expert can do the job that takes you 2 to 3 times longer, it's economically smart to hire that service out. So I want you to pause right now and take a look at that second list and circle the one thing you'd really like to get off your plate. So our example would be bookkeeping, definitely. It would cost me $30 to $40 a month in late fees for filing a loan, and I really dislike this job. Also, I needed a lot of time as it was not my strength. This frees me up to spend more time engaging with customers, which meant converting sales. So it actually made me money by hiring out this service. So off her list, she circled bookkeeping. You know, I met someone recently who really loves bookkeeping, and I thought, wow, that's so amazing. People love bookkeeping. People love to do the things that I'm not good at. And I love to do the things that other people aren't good at. It's really quite wonderful. So hiring. This can be a daunting task depending on what you are looking to hire and the time required. The easiest way to hire is to contract out services when possible. In the example above, I hired a bookkeeper who fulfilled specific services and charged by the hour. This is considered contract work. The benefits are you do not have to do payroll, which involves, for example, holiday pay. You must follow the CRA specific guidelines involving contract work, and you can see their website for further details. Many people who do contract work are often called consulting, such as social media planning, website design, CPA, etc. If you decide to hire staff, you must follow CRA guidelines and do payroll. You can hire staff on casual, part-time, or full-time basis. So here are the websites. Again, pause this and write down that link if you need it. Now, doing payroll sounds scary at first, but all accounting software has the necessary features set up, and you merely have to input that data for your province, or you can hire this out too. I made a little note down there. I actually hire my bookkeeper who's doing my bookkeeping to also pay herself and also do all the necessary admin work surrounding that. You do need to make sure, I want to make one note is that obviously you want to look over the work they're doing just to make sure that everything is being done properly when they're handling their own payroll plus anything else. So take another look at the list above and the top challenges where you should consider hiring first and foremost. So do take a moment right now and circle the most challenging thing for you if you haven't done that already. So as for the actual process of hiring, this can be simple or complex, again, depending on what you are searching for. Often word of mouth or asking a network of people you trust, such as the Well, can bring you great people. We use our directory and our membership as a trusted source for hiring recommendations and services constantly. We hear it all the time from other people too, that they go to our directory to find someone that they trust to hire. And I love that. Trusted sources are so priceless, really. You can use sites such as Indeed, Sask Jobs, etc., when searching for a specific job applicant. So you can write down these following resources too. Just press pause and take a few minutes to do that. So that is all for today. Thanks again for your time. I'm Tammy, founder of The Well, where we focus on women working well and prioritizing our physical and mental health well-being. You can apply right on our website if you want to be a member and be able to attend our monthly small business focus workshops, and also join our watering hole of women working together and rising together. So that's it for today. Thanks for your time. Sorry that the live didn't work, but feel free to send me any questions you have or anything.